Friends, my name is Sachin Gurav. I'm author of an upcoming book called Wealth Sutra. Firstly, friends, thanks for your emails, messages which I got based on my YouTube videos, my Instagram, and also other social media where I have been sharing lessons on financial literacy. Now, friends, off late I had not made certain videos and not done some webinars because frankly I was not well. Now I'm recovering. That's why after 15-20 days gap, this is my first video. In fact, I'm doing this from my bedroom so that I don't spread the infection everywhere. Anyway, coming back to this is my first video after a period of 15-20 days. As I said, I was not well. Anyway, I'll ensure that financial literacy lessons are continued since now I'm fine. So, are we heading for a recession? Are we heading for a stock market crash? This is a billion-dollar question where everywhere they have been asking me, everywhere they are sending messages to me as to Sachin, please clarify whether we are heading for a crash. Now, before we go into this session, friends, I would like to tell you 2 points. These 2 points are very, very important because this will help you guys to understand and take a pinch of salt before you make a decision. Now, the first point is this, that as you know that I'm a financial coach and a financial advisor, but specifically I do not sell any products which is insurance, stock, shares, etc. So I want to be very crystal clear. My advice purely is based on financial literacy. That means we are education company. We are not here to advise you or sell you any products. In other words, I'm not going to sell, or rather I don't sell also any financial products. So purely I give financial literacy lessons only, which is financial education only, okay, to help you to make decisions. Point one. Point two, whatever I'm going to tell now is my perception, my views. This has got nothing to do with I'm assuring that no this will happen. What I'm trying to tell you is, as I said, we are a financial literacy company. We analyze the information which is happening in worldwide market and Indian market and help you to make your financial decisions. So whatever I'm advising you is based on my interpretation. Please ensure that you take professional advice, you have certain guidance, and only then take the decisions. So just to reiterate, number one, we are a financial education company. Okay, I'm a financial educationist and I'm not a person who will sell any financial products. Okay, that is my core. Number two, whatever advice I'm giving you, please make your own interpretation. We are not here to tell you that you take the product. We are not liable for any of your financial decisions, but will help you to make your financial decisions. Okay, fine. So as per me, we are going to head for a downturn, in other words a crash, which is already happening worldwide in some parts of the world. Now there are three main reasons which I'm going to tell this. In other words, I'm going to support my decision based on three main reasons. Again, as I said in the first part of the video, that this is our interpretation, we may be wrong also. The first particular point, friends, you all know that there is an economic cycle. What do you mean by economic cycle? Economic cycle means worldwide the depression or recession kicks in over a period of time. So we had in 1929, we had somewhere in 1948 or 1947. Over a period of time in between also we had, and then we had in 2007 8, and then we had in 2000 98 also. So again I'll come back to the sequence: 1929, 1948 somewhere, then 2000, 98, then 2008, and we are already in 2018. Now some of you may wondering, Sachin, why is that in 2018, 19, 20 it didn't happen? There is a specific point for that. I will go to that in the point explanation 3. I told you 3 points I'm going to tell. In the point 3, I'll explain you that why this is not happened and why it is taking time. Okay, let's come back to the first point again, is that there is a economic cycle downturn. Friends, as you know that because of history, okay, because of the evidence in history, we are able to know that periodically the entire economic finance system and economic cycle of the worldwide regenerates itself. Okay, that means it reiterates, it fills, it rectifies whatever the momentum has built in, and then the new momentum kicks in. That means the economic cycle reiterates and changes itself so as to ensure that the supply demand comes in with a new innovation. So bottom line, what I'm telling you is that worldwide already the economic cycle has kicked in. You can see Japan is in very bad shape, US is also in very bad shape. But again, wait for my point, then I'll tell you that why the markets are still stabilized, why this is not kicking in. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you and explain you is that this historical cycle is never going to stop. In other words, it is going to repeat itself. It's just a matter of time. Because of certain things which the governments across world have done, this has got deferred. So again, I'll come back and reiterate, this economic cycle is worldwide. It is not only India, and India will not be an exception. There are some Pandit gurus which are saying that India has got suffered and all that. It is got nothing to do with any of the governments. It is because of the worldwide economic cycle coming down. You can see a lot of countries, whether it is Japan, US, certain other countries, where already the people are suffering, jobs have gone. If I'm not wrong, in US 40 million jobs have gone. So bottom line, the first reason, there is evidence in history that every 10 years or whatever specific time, the economic cycle will rechange itself. Therefore we are going to have a change in economic cycle. Number one, this is the main specific reason. Okay, number two, this is very very important. Friends, today there is a conscious demand shortage. In other words, people are not buying their goods and services except for their basic necessities. Now what do you mean by basic necessities? People are buying only food. Okay, matlab food and food products only they are buying. Definitely I'm not denying that some of the auto components people are buying, certain auto cars they are buying, or some people are buying real estate. I'm not saying no, but please understand, the demand chain today is working only between 10 to 40% of its capacity. So what am I saying? I'll give an example. Today people are not buying goods and services. So what will happen, apart from food and food products which people are buying and certain additional products, a lot of industries are not producing goods. So what will happen, if there is no demand, the production will not happen. Now if the production doesn't happen, people will not come for jobs. Now if people don't come for jobs, salary will not be paid to them. Now if salary is not paid to them, then they will not be able to buy goods and services, and there will be mass unemployment. I'll give an example of an auto company, auto car. Let us say there is a car manufacturing company. Generally what happens, the car manufacturer will have to sell through the dealers and people will buy, but people should have the purchasing power. Now if there is a car demand shortage, what will happen, the car company will stop production. Now if they stop production, obviously there is going to be an employment hit. Now apart from this, please understand this point, there are a lot of vendors which are available for the car company. Okay, now these vendors will not produce. Again the same cycle will go in. Those vendors who are producing raw materials and whatever packing materials for this car component, auto car vehicle, they will not produce, and therefore their employment will shorten up. Again there is no purchase of goods and services because people are unemployed. Again the vendors of the cars vendors company, the second layer of vendor, they will not buy. Now understand what I'm explaining you. This is a cycle wherein people are consciously not buying goods and services. We have never noticed this in the history of mankind. And wait for my third point, where I'm going to open up some of the major things where our mind will get blasted. Okay, in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is, today we are in a scenario that people are not buying goods and services consciously because of the main reason that the purchasing power in the market is less, and therefore the unemployment has kicked in, and therefore a lot of people don't have basic amenities except for buying the goods, except for buying the basic necessities, it is food and food products. So bottom line, worldwide there is a conscious demand shortage, and accordingly the industry which is backbone of any economy will suffer. Example, I'll tell you, travel industry has not been working. It is working only, if I'm not wrong, 10 to 40% of the capacity. None of the hotels are functioning. None of the small businesses are opening. None of the small what I can say, small outlets are opening. So now I'm not telling that lockdown has been opened and in some of the places it is there, but again I'm repeating, we had a cycle of conscious demand shortage. Now the demand is picked, but even the demand is only 10 to 40%. So what will happen is, in March 21, that is financial year 2021, April 20 to March 21, we will know that there is mass shortage of profits and mass unemployment, and therefore because of conscious demand shortage, the industrial profit, the business's profit will come down, and therefore there is going to be recession. That means there is no economic activity when people do not buy goods and services. This is my second point. Now I'll come to the third and most important point, which is very very important. Friends, please note that the economic cycle was kicking in from a long time for a downturn, but COVID, every year, every economic cycle, to bring it down, there will be a spark. What do you mean by a spark? A spark is something which will give fire to the economic cycle to blast it down. Earlier it was Lehman Brothers, then there was it's coming down. This time, fortunately or unfortunately, there are two main reasons. One is the COVID, and second is the banks collapsing. Now, you may ask me that, Sachin, why is this COVID and bank coming down very important? Please note, because of COVID, right from March 23rd, and obviously different periods in different parts of the world, the economic activity was shut down. That means what? Entire worldwide, the goods and the hotels, airline, the manufacturing industries, everything were shut down. So what happened because of this is that, between the period from March to say September, October, even now, sorry, August, September, even now, in India, although they have announced on September 7th they are going to open up the shops and all that, but still, there is going to be a lot of time to be consumed so that the economic activity reaches 100%. Please understand, today we are still in economic activity of 10 to 40% only. So coming back to the COVID, what COVID has done specifically is that, people are trying to blame COVID for that. I don't know the reason why China, for whatever reason, it may be conscious or non-conscious decision, that because of China, this has been spread everywhere. I don't want to get into the discussion. Bottom line, what I'm telling you, COVID was a spark for the economic downturn. In other words, number one, although the economic cycle was slowing down, to make it more slow down fast and get faster, COVID came in. I don't know whether it's artificial injection of COVID or non-artificial. I don't want to get into the discussion. But remember, what is happening is worldwide COVID has been one of the most important reasons why the economic activity has been coming down. So point one. So what has happened, I'll explain you, is that in March, because we were end of a financial year, that is March 1920, we did not have that much effect. People started putting money in stock market from March to April. Now you may ask me that why stock market is still going up, Sachin, when there is economic downturn, and you are saying that we are going to go ahead for a crash. The reason, I'll explain you. This is very important, guys. See, what happened is March 23rd onwards, when the lockdown was announced over a period of time across India, a lot of investors or people who are having money, they started putting the money in the stock market. So what happened is, there are a lot of brokers, and I don't want to take their names. Please note that there are a lot of brokers who said that the demat accounts number has gone up almost by 50%, up to 50%. That means what happened, why the stock market is not come down, is because of the simple reason that the new investors have come in, because they know that they can't invest in real estate, they can't invest in um, any other place. Obviously gold, of course, it's going up because of the main reason that they don't have other avenues. But bottom line, what I'm telling is, the stock market has not fallen now because of two reasons. One, new blood has come in, because new people have come in and they are holding the stock market. The old people are just waiting for the exit. So bottom line, the stock market has not come down because of new blood coming in. And second reason is stimulus package given by the government. What the government has done, as you know, is to they have given Atmanirbhar and other schemes. They have given loan, and also they have given the RBI moratorium and all that. I'll talk about RBI moratorium later, but let us talk about the stimulus packages. So, my dear friends, why the market has not fallen, or rather why the economic activity, where people have a mindset that it will not fall, it will not crash, is because of the simple reason they feel that the injection of the new money and also the stimulus package has helped the government. But I'll give a simple example. Let us say if somebody has a fever, if they have fever, if you give an injection to them, the fever will come down for some period. But please note, after that we have to treat the root cause. The fever is a symptom, but what is the root cause? So bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is, please understand very well that the markets have stabilized in worldwide because of the simple reason that the government has done a stimulus packages. Let us take for example India. What has India done? They have given loan to MSMEs, they have given moratorium period, they have given now even the writing off of, sorry, even they have provided now banks to provide a provision of up to 15% by December 2020. Now why has the government done? Tell me something. Till date in history of mankind, has any time RBI given moratorium? As far as I know, I really don't know. Please give me your inputs through comments in the below section if you have. Because as far as I know, 6 months moratorium the RBI giving, plus they giving Atmanirbhar package of MSME loan deferment, and most importantly, they are saying now that they are heading towards the provision of 15%. Now, why is the banks, why is the sorry, the RBI and the government doing this? They know that the loans which have been given in the market, or the whatever moratorium given in the market, people do not have money to repay back. Please understand, I go back to point 2, conscious demand shortage, no money. That is why the people will not be able to pay the loan, because they don't have money for their basic necessities, except for basic necessities. So what will this happen? I will not be surprised if by December 20 and March 21, a lot of balance sheets of the banks will turn into red, and a lot of economic activity, sorry, a lot of other companies also are in red, whether it is auto or otherwise. So bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you is that because of COVID, which was a spark, which was again treated by what, stimulus package by the government, and also by what, giving specifically RBI giving, government giving stimulus package, which is Atmanirbhar scheme, and the RBI also giving its moratorium and other schemes, plus tax and other things which the government has done. This has hold held the downfall for certain period. That means what, it was falling down. The stimulus package and RBI moratorium held it, and then it is holding it so that it doesn't fall. But what will happen is, still another 6 months or a year, when they start tilting down, automatically this will fall down. Now I'll give an example, another example of US market. In US market, irrespective of the which government comes in, please note one thing: the government has been printing money left and right. That is the federal government, Fed, which they call. Please note, they have given stimulus package of $600 and something like that for a week's time. Now this is the main reason why the markets have not been collapsing in US. But now, if I'm not wrong, I think August or September, they are saying that, the market will fall down, because I think after August or September the stimulus is going to stop. So bottom line, this is another reason. Now let us come to the main one other point of RBI. Please note, RBI has been doing whatever possible in this capacity. I really respect and salute the people who are there. They have been doing everything in their power, but they are also confused, and I think personally the worldwide people are also confused, because the way this time it is going to go down, the entire worldwide scenario, is because of two reasons. One is the COVID, and second is the collapse of banks worldwide. Please note, a lot of banks in the worldwide, example I'll give Deutsche Bank. A lot of banks are in big deep trouble because of the economic activity shutting down and no money for repayment of loan. So friends, this is my input. I don't want to take a lot of time. I thought that in my back to bank video, where I come out after my sickness, I thought I'll talk only 10 minutes, but it's gone high. I will conclude this. One, please take my advice with a pinch of salt. We are not responsible for any of your financial decisions. Second, we are a financial education company. We do not sell any products. Okay, that's our core. We only give financial literacy advisory. Now, just to conclude, this is my conclusion. Number one, as I said, history repeats itself. So there is economic cycle downturn. Number two, I'm telling you, there is conscious demand shortage, which people are not talking. They are just talking numbers, numbers, numbers. Stock market is not going up. So there is a conscious demand shortage, which will blast anytime. And third most important thing, COVID and the worldwide bank collapse, obviously been held up due to only the stimulus packages. It is holding up, but it's not a high time that this is going to lead us to a crash, which I think will happen. Now, you may ask me, what is a $1 billion question? What to do? I'll give a hint. When the fisherman, hear me out very carefully. The fishermen, when they're not going for fishing, they weave the nets so that they predict where the fish can be caught, and they weave the nets so that when the storm is down, they'll go and catch the fish. Again, I'll repeat. What do the fishermen do when they don't go for fishing? What the fishermen do when they don't go for fishing is they weave their nets and just make a stroll through the seaside to see where they can catch fish. And once the storm is down or the fishing time comes, they go for fishing. So, my friends, it's high time to build cash and stay awake with some good companies. And once the crash is down, you know what to do. So, thank you, friends. Please follow me on my channel, CA Sachin Gurav, YouTube. There's a channel called CA Sachin Gurav. Follow on that, on follow on my Instagram video, which is down here. Thank you, friends. Thank you. One important point I would like to tell is, as I said, I was in my own sickness. I would request you all to take care of your family. Please take care of your health, because now the way COVID and other infections are spreading is very bad. So I pray that entire your family is safe, and also, as usual, keep yourself financially educated through my lessons. Thank you very much. Have a safe and secure environment both for you and your family. I will be back with a lot of financial literacy lessons. Thank you.